experience to calm them down. Uh-oh. Don't open it. They're not tethered. All kinds of last minute distractions. Go. No. That's all right. That's all right. It happens. It happens. Look at you, good dogs. Wow, look how good they're doing, Chris. Are you busy trying to see who it is? Good job. Good job. Wow, you guys are rock stars.
Okay, little backstory. These are two wild puppies that don't listen, that they're getting training for.
No.
So I wanted to show that right there. I was very firm with him right there. He has this habit of mouthing or poking you when you walk, and he had never done it to me before. Only since his brother came for a couple days, and he did that for me, first time. So I did a pop with the leash and a bump into him at the same time. These are 6-month-old dogs, by the way. They are the same age. And I had to do a few. You see, he's kind of shake his head there. I had to do a few. And it was really difficult to get him to not do it with his owners. And so since I got the opportunity, I was more firm with him about it. And it definitely settled him down much faster. He's very insecure with new people and new dogs. And it's interesting, and we see this a lot with very, very insecure puppies and dogs. His level of excitement and pushiness and hard-headedness when it comes to being excited is like the opposite end of the spectrum for being nervous. It's way, way up there. Whereas Bean, the other one, is more balanced. He can be very territorial and intense sometimes, but he's just more balanced, in the middle, emotions-wise. I'd never seen Barney so excited working with me, and it's because Bean was around. He had just gotten here the day before. So I'm trying to do a little food targeting to see if it gives me an edge. I very quickly decided that it did not, and I just went back to my calmer patterning. Move when I move, stop when I stop. And then if he's really fussy, I'll do that move into him. So I want to show that again. There's the repeat where I do a 360 into him. Now I actually hold the leash back a bit until he's moving out of my way. If I don't do that, the dog gets in front of you and spins out. So you kind of hold the leash back a bit. Right here I have to fix the leash. So I have to bend down, which gets him amped. So then I have to do a little pressure, a little blocking, a little tug, like whatever I'm choosing to do. I did pressure there. Playing around with all of these tools to settle him down because I had to re-engage him to fix the leash. These are all things that are very common for anybody who's maybe working with their puppies a little on the late side after they've had, some excitable issues. It's also why I have other videos of me working him on calm leash on and off, which you should check out other Barney videos to catch those.
No. Good.
Pretty much all of my pauses turned into impromptu session with Click and Food, which was not my intent. I want the pauses to be calm, but I wasn't able to do that because we just had a lot of activity going on. And that happens. Sometimes you might have a neighbor making noise. And so that's why with puppies, even if you're doing calming work, the move when I move, stop when I stop, he really wanted to face outside because he was worried. If you can't do the move when I move, stop when I stop to calm them down, you got to have the Click and Food on you. That way you can redirect the nervous aspect of it. Then go back to your movement, your calm movement work. The stationary stuff just gets too hard for nervous or reactive dogs when there's a distraction. So we are doing click and food for these puppies. See the movement right there? So he was taking his eyes off for the click, but then it got to be too much and he wouldn't change his eyesight for the click. Now outside, I kind of expect that, but inside, I want more focus. His clicker training is pretty good. So I just do movement. See, I got to switch it up. I got to help him feel more comfortable by drawing him away. I just wanted to show that again because you don't have to make a big deal of it. Sometimes just taking one little rock back step and drawing them into you makes a huge difference. Okay, moving on. This is me switching 2 puppies out of the same bed. I have to settle one first, then lean down. I unclip Bean, pull him off. Now look how smoothly this goes, guys. See? See, I just pull the other, and I think somehow that's going to work, and it didn't work. But at least Bean laid down and didn't like dive bomb on top of Barney here. Barney tends to roll over like crazy. So that's why you saw me kind of tug his collar up a bit because I could feel him about to roll over and then get all twisted up in the leash. So anyway, that was a back tie. Just back tied Barney, switched out dogs. If I was smart, I would have put Bean into a sit. I would have had patience and waited till Bean sat before putting my attention back to Barney and putting the back tie on Barney. But I'm learning as I go what these 2 puppies can handle, what steps I can skip and what I can't. So I'm just doing the slow patterning with Bean. Bean's not as good at it as Barney. Part of that is because he's only been here a couple days. That's it. And the other part is because Bean wants constant feedback from you, or he's going to sniff. Look at that prance. Ridiculously cute. I mean, just ridiculous. He just needs constant feedback. So this is actually really, really good for him as well. For Barney, the cream colored one, slow patterning is good for his state of mind, for his confidence, for his arousal issues. For Bean, it's more to teach him how to be bored on an actual deeper level than even Barney, because he doesn't see, I mean, look, if he's not being entertained, told what to do, food in hand, stuff like that, he really struggles with the sniffing. And he's just got to constantly be entertained. So this move when I move, stop when I stop, I don't talk much, if at all. And even when I pause, look, I don't engage with the dog. I don't look at them. He likes to chew on his own fur. I think that's what he was doing here. I will just do pressure on the leash when they get somewhere or they move somewhere I don't want them to move. There's no big no, sit down. I'm not trying to control them with obedience. This is where I want to give them room to make mistakes, okay? Now, they also get obedience work, command work, how to understand the commands. They get that too. This is more about calming them down. I was not able to fully grasp that for you guys and get that on video because I kept getting distractions. So then it turned into clicker training. But I have so many videos on this on my YouTube channel. If that's something you're really interested in, you can always find it on there. See how the food work re-engages his brain, gets him excited again. Well, I have to because I'm dealing with a distraction coming in. So my point of this exercise is I actually don't want to engage them. But that happens. A neighbor might make a noise, bark. You gotta click food. We are doing positive interrupters for these kinds of things. I will correct barking when it comes to Bean, but mostly we're trying to catch it early. Growls, click and food every time, over and over. Multiple clicks and food. It's made a huge difference in Barney's confidence. And I think for Bean, it's not as much of a confidence issue, but it'll just make him make better choices. And here's a little repeat of how to handle jumping while walking. Bump into them, pressure out and away from you. Yes, with a more intense dog, I would have to do pressure up firmer and longer. But for a wild 6-month-old puppy, this was enough. Bump in, pressure, uphold, relax, give him another chance. If he had done it again right away, like his brother does, I hang on pressure a little longer. And this isn't great to do on flat collar. It is best to do this with slip leashes that are high on the neck. and fit properly.